we have reached up to this expression where this magnetic field on the x-axis is mu naught ideal upon 4 pi r upon x square plus r square to the power 3 by 2. Now this is very small magnetic field because we have taken till now a very small element. So what is the magnetic field due to whole magnetic loop? So see it once again. This is the very small element and this is the small magnetic field due to this very small element. So what would be the magnetic field due to whole coil? So this whole coil is, the circumference is 2 pi r. The circumference of this coil is 2 pi r. So dl will convert into 2 pi r. So what do? We take very small element dl and add all of them. So adding all of them will make it 2 pi r. So what is the total contribution to the magnetic field? So the summation of elements dl over the loop yields 2 pi r. So total elements dl will add up to make 2 pi r, the circumference of the loop. So the total magnetic field, this time we will say total magnetic field. Here you can see this is total magnetic field. There is no d, that means this is not small magnetic field, this is total magnetic field. Again this is in x direction, that's why Bx into I, unit vector I, it is in I direction. So mu naught I. So let me put the values here and let me solve it for you. So this was our equation. dBx is equal to mu naught ideal upon 4 pi r upon x square plus r square to the power 3 by 2. So total B is this mu naught I by 4 pi. This dl for whole loop will become 2 pi r and there is already 1 r there. Now in downwards we have x square plus r square to the power 3 by 2. So this is total magnetic field. So now let me cancel this pi and this 2. So there is 2. So what we get? Mu naught I, so mu naught I r square 2 from this denominator 2 x square plus r square to the power 3 by 2 x square plus r square to the power 3 by 2. This is how we got this expression. Now in this expression what you can see, again the magnetic field is only in x direction because magnetic fields perpendicular to the x direction were cancelled out and I vector is showing that it is in positive x direction. Magnetic field is in positive x direction. This is I hat. What is the meaning of I hat? That means it is in positive x direction. Now let us take one special case. So this was the loop and we calculated at this point P. So this was the origin of loop and distance of this point P was x. Suppose we want magnetic field at this center. At this center, if this P is at the center of this loop, then in that case x will be 0. At the center of this loop x will be 0. So what will happen in that case? Let me put that special case when x is equal to 0. So this x will cancel out. This is 0. This will be 0. So what we have? Mu naught I r square upon 2 this r square to the power 3 by 2. So what we have? We will have r cube because this 2 and 2 get cancelled out, r cube. What we have? R cube. This r cube 2 powers will get cancelled by this r square. So we have mu naught I upon 2r. So here we have mu naught I upon 2r. So this is only one special case one special case of this where we are calculating the magnetic field at the center. That's why it is shown as B0. That means at center, or x is equal to 0. And this I is, that means magnetic field in x direction. Now here in this figure, the direction of the magnetic field is shown. The magnetic field lines due to a circular wire. So here a circular wire is shown, and we have to show what is the direction of the magnetic field lines. The magnetic field lines due to a circular wire form closed loops. So here we are seeing these are forming closed loops. So these loops are closed loops here and here also. Here they have not shown, but these are also forming closed loop. So every magnetic field line is forming a closed loop. So the magnetic field lines due to a circular wire form closed loops. So this is very important and are shown in figure this. The direction of the magnetic field is given by right hand thumb rule. Okay, so how this magnetic field direction is given by right hand thumb rule, and which is stated below, which is here. Curl the palm of your right hand, that means finger is rounded, fingers are rounded, that means curled. Curl the palm of your right hand round the circular wire, so the current is flowing in this direction, so your fingers is also in this direction. The right hand thumb gives the direction of the magnetic field. So right hand thumb is in this direction. Here also you can see the direction of the magnetic field lines are this. See it once again. So curl your fingers in the direction of the current. So current is also going in this direction. In that case, the direction of the thumb will show you the direction of the magnetic field. This is the right hand rule. Now let us see this example 4.6. A straight wire carrying current, so current is 12 ampere, is bent into semicircular arc of 2 cm. So this wire is bent like this, and the radius of this arc R is equal to 2 cm. Current I is equal to 12 ampere. I is equal to 12 ampere. Consider the magnetic field B at the center of arc. So what is the center? Center is here. So we have to calculate the magnetic field here, B at the center of arc. What is the field due to the straight segment? So this and this, we have 3 segments. So this is one straight segment, another straight segment, this is arc segment. So first we have to calculate magnetic field due to straight segments. What is the magnetic field due to this and this segment? Then in what way the contribution to B from the semicircle differ from that of a circular loop, and what way does it resemble? So how does the contribution to B from semicircle, this semicircle, differs from that of circular loop, and what way does it resemble? So previously we have solved for a circular loop. So there are some similarity between this half loop and full loop, and how are they similar or how do they differ? In the third part, what would your answer be different if the wire were bent in a semicircular arc of the same radius? So radius R is same, 2.0 centimeter, but in the opposite way. So in first way, the arc is going like this. In second way, arc is going like this. So what would change in this case? Okay, so we have to solve this equation. Now in the first case, dl and r for each segment of the straight wire are parallel. So we have loop like this, and the radius for this is dl, this is also dl. For let us say dl is very small part of this, so this is dl, and r both are in parallel direction. Same here, dl and r both are in same direction, so that's why dl cross r will be 0. Straight segments do not contribute to magnetic field, because for straight segments dl and r both are in same direction. Now for segments of the circular arc, so dl cross r, so let us take this dl. So this is very small segment, and radius both are parallel to each other into the plane of paper. So again this dl and this r both are perpendicular. This dl cross r is simply r dl here, because this, if I extend this, there is theta which is 90 degree, so this will become r dl. For all such contribution add up in magnitude, hence magnetic field for a semicircular arc is given by right hand rule. The magnitude is half of that of a circular loop. So for circular loop we know mu naught I upon 2r. So this is for full loop. For half loop, half of this, that means this. So mu naught upon 4r. If you put this value of mu naught upon 4r, what you get? You get B is equal to 1.9 into 10 to power minus 4 Tesla.